learning at the center when they discuss how to frame the political and social laws of any country. From the Upanishad to the Bhagavad Gita to the Kaudilya's Arthasastra to Thirulluvar's Thirukural, we have been taught that knowledge alone empowers the people. When our Vice Chancellor was telling, even for the reserved category, the cut-off mark is at par with the rest. That is the real development, that is the real education, that is where the real talents is improving. That is what we want. Why that reservation has been created? The oppressed and the isolated people should get an equal opportunity. Why they should get an equal opportunity? They have to rise in their talents. They have to rise in their knowledge. They have to rise and they should be equal with everyone. That is the ultimate idea of the reservation. On this occasion, it is fitting to recall the timeless words of the great saintly poet Thiruvallur in his Thirukural. Karka kasadara karpavai katravun nitka adarku thaga. Only 2 lines, he has said everything. In every 2 lines of his 1,332 line epic, he has said everything for the king, for the ordinary citizen, how to learn, how to live, how to keep the family. Everything he has said. And these 2 lines, the real meaning is, while learning you learn perfectly. And then in practice you adopt the good learning of your life. Whatever you have learned, you should adopt it in your life. That is what he said in these 2 simple lines. And this Kural, that is Thirukural is known as Kural, reminds us the education is not merely about collecting degrees. It is about shaping one's conduct and character. That is what is the conduct and character has to be shaped properly and it has to be developed properly. Under the leadership of the Honorable Education Minister Sri Dharmendra Pradhanji and the Chancellor of JNU Sri Kanwal Sibilji and the Vice Chancellor of JNU Professor Sandicheri ji have shown commendable vision in expanding the university's outlook. That is what I understand from the welcome speech. How you are improving in your ranking, how you are competing with the world universities, how you are competing with at the national level also. You have to come up. And this commendable vision is expanding the university's outlook into several new emerging fields of study. See, the modern science and the traditional values should grow together. It is not for confrontation with each other, but for making finer conclusions. When our Vice Chancellor was telling your great 10 things, the democracy, debate, discuss, differ, yes, everything is fine. My only humble request to add one more. Finally, you should come to a finer conclusion for the smooth functioning of everything. You are the leaders, you are going out. We are supposed to differ on many things. Once a conclusion has been to be arrived, it may be on consensus or by majority. Once the decision has been taken, everybody should have the habit of cooperating with everyone so that the decision can be implemented so smoothly for running the administration. I am pleased to learn that the university also established 3 new centers at the School of Sanskrit and Indic Studies, the Center for Hindu Studies, the Center for Jain Studies, and the Center for Buddhist Studies, creating spaces for rigorous academic engagement with India's civilizational wisdom. These initiatives, driven by the commitment of the faculty and the staff of JNU, play a vital role in skilling our youth and generating a knowledge industry towards youth employability and economic development. One of the developments which is more close to the heart of this campus has been the promotion of Indian languages as vehicles for advanced knowledge. Yes, every Indian language is representing the great common culture of India. The contributions from every language is immense. So I am very happy that JNU has taken that initiative. The establishment of the Special Center for Tamil Studies and the Srimanta Sankaradeva Chair, along with ongoing efforts to strengthening Odia, Marathi, Kannada studies, shows JNU's commitment to linguistic diversity and cultural nationalism. When a national university nurtures Tamil, Assamese, Odia, Marathi, Kannada and other Indian languages, it ensures that the creative thinking and scientific research flow in mother tongues, not just in English alone. That doesn't mean we are against English. No, not at all. If we are not preserving our own languages, then who will preserve? People are always getting the contradiction in the mind. If you are proud of your language, that doesn't mean you are against the other languages. If you are proud of your religion, that should not mean that you are against the other religion. Everybody should be proud of their own, but they should be very accommodative about others' faith also. This is in harmony with the spirit of the national education policy, which calls for knowledge to be available to every learner in languages closest to their hearts. Another commendable initiative which will inspire innovators of our country to bring forward their scientific research and skills is the major funding under the Prime Minister's new and path-breaking scheme, the Anusandhan National Research Foundation. And let me conclude by urging the graduates to shoulder three responsibilities as they step out and you are going out of this campus. First, the responsibility of the intellectual honesty, pursuing the truth even when it is uncomfortable. That is what is important. And the truth may be sometimes uncomfortable to us. Even then we should stand by the truth. And the second, the responsibility of social inclusion, using education to reduce the inequalities, empower marginalized communities, and ensure that the development reaches every region and every section of our community. This is the only way education only can bring the real equality. Whether you join in the government, academia, civil society, or in the private sector, let the constitutional values and traditional ethos guide your directions, and you should follow this in your whole life. Third, the responsibility of the national development, national development cannot come just like that. It needs contribution from everyone. Every one of you should contribute to your best. Never worried about the other. If you have contributed your best, that is the greatest contribution from an individual. So we all should contribute towards a secured, prosperous, innovative, and Viksit Bharat by 2047. Also, dear graduates, always respect and regard your parents and your teachers who spend their whole life in shaping you, in shaping your character, in shaping your talents, improving your efficiency, creating a big inspiration in your mind to achieve greater things. So you should never forget them. It is our tradition that we have to, Mata Pita Guru is God. So we have to respect them. And India is, as we all know, that we want our country to become Viksit Bharat. That means India is one. and we have to maintain that India is one forever. We should not allow any secessionist forces to take advantage of the region, caste, or religion. We have to live together. We have to achieve together. We have to make India Viksit Bharat by being together. I wish you all the success in your future endeavors, whatever may be the field you choose, and whatever you may be in India or anywhere in the globe, you must always keep contributing to India and to the rest of the humanity. I pray to God and bless you all while congratulating all the new graduates today that you should always have all wealth, health, and happiness and prosperity. This is my prayer, and I am sure you all will be very successful in your future. And Jai Hind, long live Mother Bharat. Thank you, one and of you. And once again, I say, JNU is known for its student selection. Yes. This is the only university selection which has been closely watched by the whole country. And we have to differ. Otherwise, there is no democracy. But we have to develop a consensus. That consensus will lead for a smoother future. Because we have to fight sometimes, but always on confrontation will never help us. We have to work together. That is the greatest success. So that tradition should emerge from this university. That is my wish. Thank you, everyone.
कृपया राष्ट्रगानाय उत्तिष्ठन्तु.
Please rise for the national